Hello, you bastards. So, I've moved. I moved a while ago. As you can see behind me, I've got my clean laundry that I haven't bothered putting away. There's not that side. There's my bed sheets. That's something good for you. I do have a green screen, but I can't be fucked to put it up. What has returned me from my long YouTube slumber, I hear nobody ask. Not that, that's a parking ticket, idiot. Look at this. Look at this little nugget that I got in my post in my mail the other day. I was actually going to make a completely different video, but then I got this, and I haven't actually looked at it yet. I just figured that I'd try and be relatively unbiased. I mean, I did see, like, this is one of the first things that I saw, which pissed me off almost immediately. We voted out now. End of. I mean, the fact that it's Ukip pissed me off in general, but also, like, I'm getting very sick of this argument. This argument that because we voted, we the people voted, and now that that vote has happened, it has happened, and we can never go back on it. We can never consider it an incorrect decision, like many of the other policies that have never been revoked, like slavery, or the women's right to vote, or the gays' right to marry. These things are set in stone forever. Using the term democracy to protect the fact that we made probably a terrible and very uninformed decision. A decision that probably shouldn't have been ours to begin with. Also, I've noticed this video is not sponsored by Nesquik or Nesquik. Or my my zippy pajama bottoms. Fucking hell, I'm an absolute disgrace. It's an argument you hear a lot from specifically the right side of politics. The right as in the opposite of left, not the opposite of wrong. Let's clarify that almost immediately. In that they say the vote has been tallied and we should never revoke it. And we should ignore the amount of times that our specific side of the political spectrum has constantly tried to repeal the ban on fox hunting. It's happened a disgusting amount of times, but, you know, the people have voted, we should just stick to what they say. I'm still not even on the actual booklet yet, I'm still on this fucking thing. The other side, the biggest democratic vote in the UK's history, voted for Brexit. I mean, it's true in the sense that it's probably one of the most recent votes, meaning that there's more people to vote on it, and it's not because of you that it was the biggest democratic vote in history. It's because people kept convincing young people to vote, kept reminding them that it's a good idea. It had fuck all to do with UKIP. Now the establishment, that's the people who are in power, if you didn't understand, not UKIP, are agreeing to stay in for years, pay in for years, open borders for years, EU courts forever. That's enough. We want our country back now. I wasn't aware that we'd lost it, but, you know. UKIP forced them to give you the EU referendum. No, you fucking didn't. Only UKIP is committed to getting our country back. I mean, that's true in the sense that UKIP is the only people who think that we've lost it. I mean, apart from, you know, other groups such as Britain's First and the EDL and the BNP and all of those other brilliant groups that you should burn them, burn the houses. Don't do that. Like, don't actually kill people, but, you know, just sow their hateful, vile mouths shut, perhaps. Now we'll get on to the actual booklet. Let's Brexit. How we can all learn to love Brexit. How we can all learn to love Brexit and build a brighter future for Britain outside but alongside the EU. 4 key truths. That's going to be interesting. Sorry, I'm looking at the back as well. We're getting our country back. Who has it? Who has it? That's what I want to know. Who took it? Are you devastated, angry, disappointed? Apparently, the place for you is the Liberal Democrats. Sounds like fun. So apparently, the only position you can take on this, if you don't agree with Brexit, is the Liberal Democrats. Now, There's a slight issue there, in that basically, like, this whole thing is about wanting, like, they want you to support UKIP. Like, this thing, they want you to put it in your window because they want support. Now, there's 650 seats in Parliament. None of them are... Zero is the number that UKIP have. I mean, the Lib Dems have 12. They've still got 12 seats in the House, which is 12 more than UKIP has. But even then, that's like the fourth most popular political party. You've obviously got the Conservatives, you've got Labour, you've got the Green Party, you've got Lib Dems, you've got Scottish National Party, which I think is actually third. You've got Plaid Cymru, or however the fuck you pronounce that. You've got Independent, you've got Sinn Féin, yeah. I mean, there's so many options other than UKIP and other than the Lib Dems, because, yeah, the Lib Dems don't have a great history of not being shit, let's face it. They were fucking terrible. Anyway, I'm not even on the inside of the fucking booklet yet. Positive, proud and patriotic, why not join the popular movement that's putting Britain back on its feet? We've won the referendum, now we have to make the deal and make it work. We need you to make sure that... Oh, God, fucking... Again, this is still the back of the fucking booklet. I mean... They don't give a shit what you think. You've seen how long it's taken them to come up with any kind of usable Brexit deal. What's fucking Karen's opinion from Crawley going to do shit about it? Fucking hell. Right, we're going to go on to the first page now, because I don't want to spend 20 minutes talking about the outside of a fucking booklet. On June 23rd, the UK voted to leave the EU, but the campaign to try and keep us in, dubbed Project Fear, by you, probably, produced many dire threats and warnings which have made people anxious about the future. People want to know the truth. Don't even fucking get me started on the truth during the campaign to raise votes to either remain or leave. I'll show you the bus. I will show you that fucking bus. Don't think I won't. This pamphlet contains 4 key truths designed to help redress the balance and restore confidence that will ensure we will succeed and prosper outside, but alongside, because I don't want to seem racist, the EU. Finally, truth number 1. We can still sell to the single market without agreeing to the free movement of people. I mean, why would we want free movement? I mean, fuck it if I want to go on a fucking holiday to Europe ever again. I mean, I know why they don't like it, because they're like, well, free movement, we get all of the bloody immigrants in. To be honest, I don't have a problem with them, because I'm quite happy for them to come in and do the jobs that I don't want to do. They're stealing our jobs. Well, if someone who's been living basically in a third world country for the entirety of their life and somehow can do plumbing better than you, Stan, I don't blame them. Let them take it. Fucking hell. And they do work harder because they don't fucking take it for granted like the rest of us do. And as we are their biggest customer, they may want to cut us an even better deal for lower tariffs. That's what we're negotiating. They've made it clear that they don't want to give us an even better deal. We're not gaining anything. It's like, if this came out, what was it, 2-3 years ago when the vote happened? If this came out then, I could excuse it for its ignorance. But it's not. Like, it's still trying to perpetuate the idea that we can remain hopeful that we're going to get something good out of this deal. Whereas the EU has made it very clear that we are not in the position of power here. The people who are negotiating the deal have made it clear that what they want from the deal is they want all of the benefits of being in the EU, but without having to actually contribute to the EU in any way. Because, I mean, why the fuck would you want to help other countries with these imaginary borders that we came up with several hundred years ago? Hang on, no, what was the truth in that one? There was no truth in that. That was just an explanation. Why would you? I mean, obviously they've put the wording truth because they want you to believe that the others are lying to you. Whereas this is just like it's taken something that nobody's arguing, which is what a single market is, and just told you that. Truth number 2. Britain's old people have not robbed the young of their future. They fucking have. In a recent referendum, 26% of young people, 18 to 24-year-olds, voted to remain, while 10% voted to leave. I mean, that sounds like the majority wanted to remain. Idiot. That means 2/3 of them did not vote at all. Who the fuck do we have to thank for that? Which was one of the parties that was pushing forward the idea that there's no point in voting. Oh god, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. 2/3 of them did not vote at all, which is their right, but that does not entitle them to complain that the result was unfair. Yes, it does. Because most of us voted to remain. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, as far as I'm concerned, after a certain age, you shouldn't be allowed to vote anyway, because you're not going to reap either the benefits or, in this case, the punishments of the thing that you actually voted for. I don't know, do it in a way that's like based on the average life expectancy of where you live. For example, if it was like fucking Buckinghamshire, then you'd stop voting at the age of 84, or if you lived in Bracknell or Newport, you'd stop voting at the age of 32 or something. This referendum was about democracy, there's that fun little argument again, and our ability to govern ourselves through our own democratic will. Older people have more experience of how this works. As you're obviously aware, because old people, like people in the past, have done brilliant jobs. It's like, I don't hate old people. Some of the best people I know are old people. My parents are quite old now. You know, they're alright. They obviously have a lot more experience and a lot more knowledge about these things. But, you know, they also don't hate young people. So when they put their votes forward, they think about how it's going to affect their children rather than how it's going to affect their bank account over the next 5 years while they're still alive. This idea that old people are always right. Fucking Harvey Weinstein's old. What is old constitutes more than, like, over the age of 24. I'm over the age of 24 and I get shit wrong all the time. I was 24 when I voted, so I was one of the young people. Like, my main problem with the Brexit thing is that we shouldn't have been given the option. We shouldn't have been given the option to vote on that. That should have been the House. Because we still don't fucking know anything about the referendum. We don't understand it at all. And anyone who pretends they do is a fucking liar. Because the people who are negotiating it still don't fucking understand what the fuck they're supposed to be doing. There are like 3 people who knew what this was, and it was like Boris and Gove and some other cunt. And you know what happened when the referendum went through? They all fucked off. Because do you know what? They didn't fucking know either. It's the only thing that makes me feel sorry for Theresa May is that basically those 3 took a giant shit on the cabinet table and went, we're not fucking cleaning it up, and we're going to offer absolutely no advice or information on how to clean it up. Good luck, May. Like, second female Prime Minister. We're doing a good job on female Prime Ministers, aren't we? Can we get one that we voted for? That would be good, because Theresa May was like the 4th option, because the first 3 just went, nah, this is a fucking shitstorm, I don't want anything to do with it. Giving women a bad name. Fuck. What am I talking about? Truth. I'm still on Truth 2. I'm going to be like 20 minutes into this fucking video already. Where does it say that young people's future depends on the EU? Do young people in the US and India, Australia, Brazil and Japan not have a future? Yeah, but they didn't vote on the fucking referendum, and Brexit has absolutely fuck all to do with them. The people who live above me must think I'm an absolute fucking maniac. Democracy 101. When the country has voted in a referendum, the losing side doesn't get to change the results through raising a petition. They get... The point of a democracy is that they have the option... They do have the option to go, hang on, maybe the political parties constantly lying to us throughout this process was a bad thing. Maybe we should get a chance to reevaluate our position on this after, one, seeing, like, just how much you lied. I'll show you the fucking bus. Two, how poorly they've handled it since it went through. Like, even if you do think we should leave the EU, and I don't give a fuck about your opinion on that at all, it's your opinion, but surely you should look at it and think, these people are clearly incapable of doing anything about it. Let's fuck it off. I mean, we can't, obviously, now, with the, like, kind of, I think they've got to the end of the negotiations, or they're getting there, but, like, we can't back out now, unfortunately. Here are the 3 best things about the EU, according to an anti-Brexit demonstrator filmed in London. Not a professional, not an opinion, not someone who's, like, educated in this. We just filmed some random dude on the street, and he's going to represent all of you. The NHS. Cool. I mean, the NHS is good. You don't have to pay to go to France. That's also good. We all had the same opinions. That's the 3rd one. And in bold at the bottom it says, and they say we Brexiteers are the stupid ones. What was the truth in that one? The truth is apparently that young people can't have an opinion on stuff. Good job, Ukip, you fucking idiots. Truth number 3. There is no economic catastrophe. Brexit can all make us richer. I mean, we've been going through a relatively bad economic catastrophe before the Brexit thing happened. It's been happening for a while, so I don't know what kind of point you're trying to make there. And also, did you not see how much the pound dropped when the vote went through? Like, obviously it doesn't affect you guys because you've got multinational corporations, but, you know, smaller businesses who rely on imports and exports from foreign countries are fucked. One of their sources for how Britain isn't doing badly economically is how well it's doing against the US dollar. But that might be because the owners of the US dollar, the USAians, currently have a president which is threatening every country around them to fucking bomb them, so maybe they don't want their money. Also, I'm just going to double check this, but I'm pretty sure... Which one of my 12 tabs is it on? They keep saying that we have, like brilliant exports, and we have many things that the EU wants, and they will pay us for. But I'm pretty sure that we are one of the lowest exporters of trades in the EU. Here we are. I'll link this up as well. It'll be in the description. Oh, good God, this doesn't look good. So the balance of trades, goods and services in the EU as of 2017. There are 4 countries that we do better than in exports. Denmark, Luxembourg, Sweden, and Ireland. Now, if you remember correctly, you'll notice that there are many more countries in the EU that I left out. All of the countries that do better than us in trade are Estonia, Slovenia, Malta, Lithuania, Latvia, Bulgaria, Finland, Cyprus, Croatia, France, Romania, Hungary, Austria, Slovak Republic, Greece, Czech Republic, Portugal, Italy, Poland, Netherlands, Belgium, Spain, and Germany. All of those countries I just mentioned sell more to us than we do to them. The only countries we sell more to than they sell to us are Denmark, Luxembourg, Sweden, and what would, like, fucking Ireland. Ireland gives us fucking Guinness and potatoes, even though some of our Guinness comes from fucking Nigeria for some reason. Denmark, they give us Danish. Luxembourg. Sweden give us Swedes, which I think is a fair trade. What am I doing? Oh yeah, that was truth number 3. Oh God, there's another page for truth number 3. More money for the NHS. No, we can't put the whole £350 million a week EU membership fee into the NHS. One, why not? Two, why did you say that we would? But we can put around $5 billion a year in. And the better border controls will mean less money lost to health tourism. That's just a thing you've made up. And also, that depends entirely on the political party that's in control. You can't promise shit. You can't say that you cannot say that they're going to put $5 billion a year into the NHS when they've made it pretty clear that they want to privatise the healthcare system. You bunch of lying cunt. And you know what? Most of this has taken about 5 minutes of research to discover that most of it's bollocks. But please, please actually look this shit up. Just because it's in a nice laminated fucking pamphlet, don't believe that it's all true. Truth 4. Democratic sovereignty matters. It guarantees your liberty. That was a sentence. We've been asked to give up our democratic sovereignty, our right to make our own laws through our own elected government, as being an independent nation with our own courts being supreme. That's a flat-out lie. We have the option to make our own laws. But we are the only country in the EU, I'm pretty sure, that has decided not to do that. But it is a complete and total lie saying that we can't make our own laws. It is completely within our rights as long as they don't go against, human rights, which I suppose is what they want to do because they want to burn all the foreigners to keep the old people warm. I want to burn it. Just please, do your research. Look it up. It doesn't take long to find out that most of this is lies. I'll tell you what I am going to use this for. Is that I really need a shit. So, I'll see you nut fuggets later, I suppose.